My name is Paul Brown, and you're now stood in Fly Cheese Studio, which is a studio set up to train up. Well, it's an inclusive studio, so we train up people sometimes with autism, learning disabilities or physical disabilities in all sorts of different digital arts. So the main thing we teach is stop motion animation. You can see a stop motion set behind me now. This is Dan's Batman set, which is going to be a 5-6 minute long, the longest Lego stop motion we've done in the studio so far. Dan's really proud of that, and there's 4 people in the team that are working on that one. We needed a new studio. We needed one that was closer to town. The rents were very, very expensive in the centre of town. This was perfectly placed because of the transport links, and the price was very, very good, and we get looked after very well. So it's a good location for a studio, and it's also a part of quite a creative area, and we were keen on making sure that the studio experience was a proper one and not a day service type experience. So we have 2 Fly studios next door. There's a lot of recording studios, practice studios, aren't there? Yeah. And there's some really creative businesses in Harlem Works. So we were really pleased to be part of that. Yeah. We mainly work with autistic students, although we do have a few students who have a learning disability or a physical disability, and we also work with a mental health service. Well, we're doing a research project now with Sheffield Hallam University, with Professor Nick Hodge, to try and work out why it's a good fit. I'm trying to analyse exactly what it is that we do and why animation, particularly stop motion animation, seems to be something that people can concentrate on and focus on. I think we've got the basics down. We understand you're creating your own world. There's a lot of repetition, and that's something that some autistic people find very, they can lock into that kind of thing. But we want to get a more detailed overview of why that's the case. There's a few different reasons why we've set up as a studio, and one is we want to provide a stepping stone between non-education and education for a start, or different levels of education. So we do have some students, and we're currently working on case studies with students that have not been able to access university for different reasons. They might stop at college or they might stop at school, and we're hoping to provide a technical environment but also a safe environment for people to explore and push their own boundaries, and then that acts as a stepping stone. So we've had one student, he deferred for a year from uni, and he couldn't go back because of anxiety issues, and he came to us for a year, and he's just finished his final year at uni. So it's a real success story. That's one of the reasons, but the other reason is we understand that there's a lot of people with disabilities that are amazingly creative and have a lot of skills, and we just wanted to start tapping into that. And we want to be an alternative to day provision, so we're not a daycare place, we're a studio. People come to us to learn. And we feel that the way we run our groups helps people with confidence and leadership, creativity, obviously, technical skills. So most of our students have skills that the mainstream population don't have now, like animation, like Photoshop, like good photography skills and all that kind of stuff. So our students aren't mixed because they have a specific disability. Our students are mixed because they're compatible in terms of communication and skill level. So all labels aside, we're just a fully inclusive studio. We also work with young people. We work in schools, so we work off-site and on-site. We do consultancy for schools. We have a website, which is flycheese.com. We have a Facebook, Twitter and Instagram profile, which we don't enjoy constantly updating, but we do it anyway. So you can find out loads more on various social media. My name's Paul Brown. It's impossible to get an email address with the name Paul Brown. And I think when the internet was invented, I decided I need a more creative email address, so it just stuck.